Along the Anacostia, talking with people who make a living on the water. And Matt, they say this is a double whammy, if you will, after the ice storm earlier this month.
So most of January, it was the ice that kept people off the river. Now it's the sewage spill. And the people I talked to say they just want a straight answer. Can we fish here or not?
Give you a little bearing. Yeah. Potomac River's over there.
From his slip along the Anacostia River, Captain Tim Blanchard says a few summers back he could see the demand for charter fishing on the horizon.
In proper DC, where you can get that experience of seeing, the Washington Monument and the Lincoln Memorial and the Kennedy Center and haul in a 25-pound catfish, it's pretty phenomenal.
Years later, like a good fishing story, Fish the Potomac keeps growing, catching catfish and rockfish up and down the Potomac. He even added kids fishing classes, and in an unusually slow time, winter.
I've got a booking for this Saturday.
But what does have his business reeling is the fallout of the Potomac sewage spill.
But still, I'm trying to get a straight answer. I'm trying to figure out who to talk to about if it's safe to be out on the water.
DC's authority on this, the Department of Energy and the Environment, has said to avoid fishing on the Potomac. Fine, Captain Tim says he was told they could fish the Anacostia River, which meets the Potomac River right here.
After doing a little bit more educating of myself of how tide works and flow works and all that stuff, not quite sure where that line is.
We reached out to the Maryland Department of Natural Resources and DOEE for clarification, but they've not gotten back to us. Further upstream, University of Maryland researchers continue to test for dangerous bacteria. The president of the Potomac River Keepers, Betsy Nicholas, says maybe the solution is daily testing
and disclosure of those results. You can get bacteria overnight. And there are actually some machines out there you can get it in 12 hours.
Oh my gosh, am I putting people at risk here? What am I doing? Well, I'm not going out, so it doesn't matter, but in a couple weeks I will be.
And while it is a slow season for charter fishing, Captain Tim worries about the downstream effects as the region thaws out, but he's prepared.
If, COVID taught me one thing, it's that, you got to pivot.
Now, Captain Tim says last weekend they did have a kids fishing class, but because of the situation with the water, they fished from the docks. He plans to do that again this weekend unless better guidance comes out. Along the Anacostia, I'm Matt Gregory, WUSA 9.